Oh my God, I am watching Man United live right now. It's 3-2, stoppage time just won't end. Oh, this is crazy. I'm Bobby Munson. This is Point of View, and sitting right beside me, that man right over that direction, it is Andre 2/3 Fluffy C. Andre, good morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Not as excited as you are. I can tell you that right now. Sports have been very low key for me this week, other than watching a little bit of F1 test, or not watching, but reading about F1 testing. So that hasn't been much of a week for me for sports, but there's some good stuff in the world of sports.
That's fantastic. We're going to
all
talk
news this week. Let's just say that.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, like, we got no predictions. We got nothing to go on. We got to talk about some Super Bowl coming up next weekend, but we will be talking heavily about Manchester United as they're still going. This ref needs to blow this damn whistle already. So just to explain to everybody, Manchester United went up 1-0 in the first half through a goal from Casemiro, who we're going to be talking about here on the show today. The second goal from Matheus Cunha in the second half put us 2-0 up. United had Fulham had a goal that was caught offside, didn't count. Then they went ahead and got a penalty because Harry Maguire with a late slide tackle in the box. Score it 2-1. Then they come in with a beautiful goal right at the start of stoppage time, 2-2. We turn it around a minute later. Benjamin Sesko puts one in. It's 3-2. We are still rolling with stoppage time as we are live on the show right now. I can't contain my excitement because we've talked about him before. Buddy in the UK there that won't cut his damn hair until United win 5 in a row. He needs this, man. He needs to get rid of that shag on top of his head, and this would make it 3. He would be at 3 if he pulls this off today, and I bet he is on the edge of his seat, just like all of us United fans are at the moment. Blow the damn whistle, ref. Blow the damn whistle.
What's that song? Blow my whistle, baby. The song. I can't remember. It's like "Blow My Whistle, Baby" or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not hip enough to know all the cool new songs that the kids are listening to.
No. This was old. This is like from the 2000s. The early 2000s.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess I was around during those times. So
you
we got
been hip and cool at that time. Come on.
I was never hip and cool at any time. Come on.
No.
Yeah. We got Zach Minger in the house today. Good morning, Zach. Thank you for joining us here today. And we also got Astrid in the house. Astrid, good morning. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us here. And it's over. It's full time. 3-2. We got 3 in a row. Manchester United keeps that roll going. We are still in 4th place. Woohoo! All right. Nothing like coming into a sports stream off the hop just like that. My team picking up the victory again. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, I'm excited if you can't tell here this morning. This is such fantastic news. And not only that, at the moment, I mean, let me check out this game. It's about to end with Aston Villa, who are in 3rd place, just ahead of United, are losing to Brentford 1-0 in the dying seconds of stoppage time here too. So this also could work out in our favor because if Villa do lose this game, we are only then, let me check, 5 points behind. 5 points behind. That's 2 more victories. That's Buddy's fucking haircut in the UK there if those 2 victories happen. It could also mean us sliding up towards 3rd place. 3rd place. Who would have thought it? Now, I'm excited, and there's a lot of reason to be excited, obviously, if you're a Manchester United fan. At the same time, we do still have those problems in the back end. Management is still causing a lot of issues. They did not go ahead and give us a midfielder or purchase during this transfer window. Hold on here. We got Peggy's in the house. Tune in just in time to hear Andre talking about Flo Rida's whistle song. Okay. All right. There we go. That's what it is. I've heard of Flo Rida. I mean, at least I'm with it enough to have heard that name before.
As a wrestling fan, you have to know who Flo Rida is. Come on.
I just know all about those apple bottom jeans and the boots with the fur is what it comes down to. We got
looking at her.
Yeah, that's right. We got Basser in the house. Hello from beautiful BC. Where do you? Whoa, boy, Basser, what you doing out there, my friend? I didn't even know this, dude. We're gonna have to talk when you get back. Got a curious about your trip.
Maybe Basser moved away. He just didn't want to watch PPW anymore.
Cheer camp. It's all good. Bass has never given up on PPW.
He gave up on PPW and just moved far away.
Yeah.
One of the other side.
And more news, the whistle is gone. Brentford have beat Aston Villa. This is a good day for footy. Oh my goodness, Andre, this is fantastic. Now, we're going to get to the main topic here so we can go on to some of the stuff that I don't know you'll be more inclined to talk about as well too. First of all, the main topic here, who replaces Casemiro at Manchester United? Casemiro is having a standout performance as of late, scoring goals. He actually just today scored his 5th goal in the Premier League. His best record that he has had so far in his career for goal scoring has been 6 goals in a season. So he is only one behind matching that. So what a way to go out. If you're going to leave Manchester United at the end of this season, at the end of your contract, then that is one hell of a way to go out on a big high like that. So that's awesome. But there is a lot of names circulating in the world of who Manchester United will be looking at this summer to replace Casemiro. What we're hoping is that the management do not go ahead and try to interfere or spend so much time getting one person in particular that if they don't get them, then we're stuck trying to go after what's left on the market, because we could easily pick up somebody else in the process. We need to be looking at, say, 2 or 3 players. We need to go after all of them, and we need to put efforts into all of them because we need them there. Midfield is going to be crucial, especially with Casemiro gone. Now, we've had a resurgence with Kobe Mainoo in the midfield. It's almost like having a new player altogether because he hasn't played for quite some time, and he's coming out and he's showing up, which has been awesome. But we're going to need a partner for him. And so some of the names being thrown around, Andy Wharton, I think he's Wharton. Anyway, I'm going to go by last names because I hate trying to figure out first names. Wharton is one of the names being brought up. Baleba is the other one. Baleba was somebody we looked at last summer, and the price of him was high. And now we're turning around saying, 100 million pounds? Sure, let's go for 100 million pounds. My problem with going with some for Baleba, if they put all their efforts into him, he's a great young player. And I say young, we need a little bit of experience. And that was the reason I thought we should have brought in somebody now, because we still have Casemiro there that they could lean on that experience from. You know, Kobe Mainoo's great, but he's young. He still doesn't have the game playing experience that Casemiro does. And while you've got someone like Casemiro, that's when you want to bring the youngsters in so that they can lean on those experienced players, learn from them, and pick up some of those great traits that make those guys the world-class superstars that they are. And this is a failure from the board, from Ineos, from the Glaziers, from everybody involved that sit there and think that they know football every single week, and they don't. That's why we needed somebody now. Now, that's past us. We have to start looking to the summer. We have to start hoping that something good is going to come from this. Wharton, Baleba, get both of them if we can. Here's the thing. We're going to need that. We're going to need that backup. If Baleba's not playing, we're going to need Wharton out there. Wharton's got more experience, especially overall, than what Baleba does. Both of them got experience in the Premier League, which is a nice thing. It should be a good fit, but we need midfield, and we need them bad. But looking at the playing field, we also need left and right back players as well, too. We could talk about Casemiro's replacement all day, but Luke Shaw's no young man, and we don't have a natural left back that can slot in for him right now. We got a young player there, but again, no experience. We've got on right back, at least we have Delo and Mazraoui at the moment. Delo, I'm not exactly the biggest fan of. I think Mazraoui is a much better fit for that right back position, and I'd not be exactly heartbroken to see Delo go, but at least we've got double coverage for that position. We need to look at the left back position. So on top of the midfield, I think left back needs to be a crucial pinpoint for Manchester United this summer when they are going at their recruiting. They got to stop looking at the attack. We have more than enough in attack, and Mbuemo's slotting into the attack quite nicely. We've got Benjamin Sesko, young player, who's a striker. We've got a lot of young strikers in the academy that are looking strong, looking great, and looking for their opportunities as well too. We can't just keep toppling in more strikers over this course of time. You know, we need to get somebody, and we need to, you know, in the bright positions. Like I said, midfield, left back. I think that's where they need to look at. I think that we've done just fine with Dorgu on the left wing. Unfortunately, injured right now, out for the next 10 weeks. So that's going to take away most of the season for Patrick Dorgu after coming to life in that position. I would say after that, maybe left wing is something worth looking at, but it depends on how much recruitment, how many sales we get. There's also the rumor that Michael Carrick, if he gets the full position as manager from Manchester United at the end of the season, would like to bring Marcus Rashford back from Barcelona, who's currently on loan. Some people are like mixed 50-50 on it. They're not sure if they want Rashford back or they anything like that. But yeah, you know how it is. Gonna go to the chat for a second. I know that Zach's saying that his birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday, Zach. Cheers to you, my friend. Enjoy your birthday tomorrow. But yeah, this is my Manchester United rant. I don't want just one replacement for Casemiro. I want like it minimum of two. I think we need two midfielders. I think we strongly need a left back, and then I think a left winger wouldn't hurt, especially a left winger could play backup to Patrick Dorgu as of next season. Especially if we're going to hold this top four, that means Champions League. And we go to the Champions League, we need to start being on our A game. We need to have a top quality team, and that means bringing in some quality players. And that's what Manchester United needs to do, is start looking towards getting ready to go into the Champions League. They could still slip. I'm not saying it's a guarantee at this point, but if we can continue to keep chipping away at these points right now, there is a strong opportunity for Manchester United to find themselves in next year's Champions League.
There you go.
There we go. So now that I've bored everybody with the Manchester United talk.
There's nothing boring about Manchester United. Just watching them play, that's what's boring.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, take that dig, why don't you? But
I have to.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll give it to your trees there. They're chipping away at a little bit of points each and every week. They're starting to slowly climb themselves out of that hole that they dug themselves into early in the season. So,
damn trees, man. Why did I have to plant myself so deep in the tree? Why? Well,
here's the nice thing for you. I mean, you were so worried that they were going to get last place after you picked them to go first place. Now that they're chipping away at points, they're currently on 26, which puts them 6 points ahead of the relegation zone. They're drawn level right now with Leeds United. They're only 2 points behind Tottenham, who are in 15th, and they're 3 points behind Crystal Palace, who are in 14th. Not only that, but if we go look at Forest's upcoming games, that'll give us a clear indication of what we can expect from them. So if we go to the list right here, I'm just going to open it up. So you got next weekend, they are playing against Leeds United, who they're drawn level on. So somebody could break that deficit with getting a victory right there.
Wolves. They have Wolves.
Exactly. That's what I mean. If they could pick up another 6 points here, they could find themselves getting up towards the middle of the table a little bit more and maybe not losing you quite as many points when it comes to the end of the season for your predictions. So,
but then on the 21st they have Liverpool, so that's going to be a trouncing.
Yeah, well, but don't count your chickens, because Liverpool have had their share of problems this season. They've been hot and cold all season, and it is very likely that they could end up dropping those points too. So who knows? Maybe Forest will manage to pull themselves up just enough that they won't completely wreck your predictions this year.
And in there, they've got to play 2 Europa League games against Fenerbahce.
Fenerbahce? Best of luck. Oh, Fabernacci.
There you go, Fabernacci.
I don't know. Some of the names are hard. I'll give you that.
A perfect example of me not knowing how to say foreign names. I went to Mexican food with Melball and our friend Nate on yesterday, and I said Jarrito instead of Yarito or Jarito, the drink I was drinking. And just the amount of names I was butchering when we were talking, like just the names on the menu, and then just us trying to talk about Japanese wrestlers and me butchering their names on top of it all. It was just a bad day for me.
Oh my! Andre ordering up 100 chicken vaginas while he was out for Mexican food last night.
But it was Pagetitas.
Pagetitas. I like that one even better. All right, Andre, let's move on from there. Moving away from the world of footy. What do you got for me? You said you'd been watching some F1 or something about F1 news.
Oh,
what do you got there for us?
Yeah, F1. I haven't been watching this week because again it was no press or no video and no fans allowed to watch it because it's the first week of testing on track in Barcelona this week. Next week in Bahrain, I want to say. But yeah, just from all reports coming out, because like there's still information coming out about how teams did and times released, things like that. Right now, like Ferrari looking like one of the best teams out there on the grid right now. Charles Leclerc pulling up on day 5, pulling up one of the best times out there, and Lewis Hamilton making him look like shit afterwards. So like these new cars, like these are complete car overhauls this year. We're looking at like complete like because they're again going towards electrical engines in the future. Again, just complete overhaul of all teams right now in rebuilding like brand new top to bottom cars now. For all these teams, it looks like Ferrari's like your killer in all this. McLaren looking very good. Mercedes having a really good run, but Williams' team didn't even show up to the first week of testing. They weren't even there. So which is surprising. Rumors that Audi just had a bad first week, or not bad, but like pretty underwhelming first week of testing, which kind of sucks. But their crew chief saying if there wasn't problems, they would have been surprised, because this is what testing all is all about, is putting your cars through the paces on these tracks to figure out what's going wrong with your car so you can fix it before March when we go to Australia for the first race. You want to push these cars through their places on these tracks to really find the problems, so things break down on you so you can fix them for the future. So you're not doing it on a race day. You're not having to deal with it like qualifying and then end up qualifying in 20th because you couldn't finish qualifying and have to fix a car in 24 hours to get to a race. So yeah.
So sometimes it kind of comes across like movies with test screenings or whatever. They try to get it out there, see what the issues might be ahead of time, what they need to do to fix those problems, and hopefully turn around to have a successful outing,
Yes.
right? So yeah, and that's what they're doing here. So even though the rumors coming out that they didn't have that great of a day, doesn't mean that their team isn't capable of bringing it back come race day.
Yeah, and sadly didn't hear much from Cadillac, which is good and bad at the same time, because you're not hearing about the new team too much, which is like, oh, are they doing great? But if you're not hearing a lot of bad about them, means their cars are performing well enough in testing that. So that's the team I'm really keeping my eye on, really trying to keep a lot of ear out for, is Cadillac, because again, this is the first time back in over 20 years in F1, and brand new team, got Checo and Bottas both coming out of not retirement, but yeah, kind of out of coming back after each having a season off to jump in for this team. But again, not hearing anything is a good thing, but not hearing anything is kind of like, oh, I wonder what's going on with the team. But again, it's testing. The test is going to go on for the next couple of weeks before we get in the start of early parts of March. You're going to be heading to Australia for the first F1 of the season, and some early March I'll be able to talk about the new season of Drive to Survive. Talking about last season's, I'll be able to give you a nice little quick review of that show, because I always love that, and just to watch the season down and then figure out how are they going to turn this into a show, because it's weird. There was lots to talk about, because Christian Horner is going to be an interesting addition for that season, being that he was fired halfway through last season, and how that story is going to go. And then now he's talking about saying he wants back into F1 and he wants to come back in as like on the ownership or team principal side of one of these of another team that's not Red Bull. So he's been vocal about stuff. So yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see all of that coming in the next little while. I'm looking forward, because I miss F1 so badly right now. I never thought I would say it. Like every year, I become more and more of a fan of it, and then I'm just, I don't know. I'm missing F1. I miss it so badly right now.
Now, question for you: in all your time watching, has any team had those like early season like problems and stuff like that, where their test drives didn't turn out great, but then they came out and they looked like absolute champions when they kicked off their season?
Not to the test driving, because again, this is the first year I've really actually paid attention to testing.
Okay.
But was it a couple seasons ago? Early on, there was they brought the cars down a little more to create better downdraft, and Mercedes was having a huge issue with porpoising, where the car was shaking too much. But in the first like 2-3 races, but then they came back to like I think Lewis Hamilton ended up in like second place that season even though you had a bad start to the year, the Mercedes came back and we're like second or third overall. It's like, and we're like down on the bottom to start with because of the porpoising issues and stuff. But again, you can see it's getting those kinks out. And again, the thing is, testing is great, but you really don't see what a car is like until that first race of the season. You can run these tests and like multiple cars on the thing, but you're not competing the same way you're competing once you hit sprint races, once you get qualifying, once you hit the actual race day. Those are very different because you're pushing your car against other cars, not in as much of a wide berth, right? You're actively racing these people. You're fighting for these positions. We're testing. You're not doing that, and that's a big difference. Is you can push cars as hard as you want, but when you're trying to defend against other cars is where your cars are really tested. And that's where you see the first, second, and third races of the season. You see a lot of teams figuring out what their cars can really do in those races.
Nice. Fair enough. Now, we got the end of the NFL season all done. We've got the Super Bowl coming up. We're going to talk about that in a minute.
You can't say Super Bowl. You got to say Superb Owl. You can't.
That's right. We can't get in trouble. Yeah. So we'll be talking all about the Superb Owl later on the show here in just a bit. But before we do, speaking about new season starting off, spring training is coming up for the major leagues here. There, Andre. MLB is going to be back to spring training here as of February 21st for only a few weeks away. Teams are going to start reporting back to start getting ready for those opening spring training games, and a lot of them lined up as well too. The question a lot of Canadian fans are going to be having, though, is can the Blue Jays come out and have a repeat of last year where they made it all the way to the end, only coming up short to a very dangerous LA Dodgers team. Let's not kid ourselves. The Dodgers are fantastic.
If you look at any of their work they've done this offseason, the Dodgers are even more dangerous now. They didn't lose anything, and they've added more pieces. That's the scariest part about the LA Dodgers is there's a potential three-peat for this team this coming year. There's a very big possibility. And then Jays losing a big piece of their puzzle in Mo Bichette to the New York Mets. That really sucks to hear that because he was such a big part. But Vladdy's still there. You still get your home run king. It's okay. It's okay. The world hasn't fallen apart, Blue Jay fans.
I mean, excitement to be had because, again, when you have a team that makes it that far and gives that much hope, you got to believe that the team is going to do everything that they can to strengthen, to do what they need to do. But again, the LA Dodgers right now are just that team that are kind of like they're on another level. And you sometimes get that in sports, and it doesn't always last forever. Let's not kid ourselves. As much as Ed would love to believe that the Patriots are completely unbeatable season after season, we have seen some dips in that before, but we'll find out what happens to them at the Super Bowl next Sunday. But the Jays are going to do everything they can to try to upset this thing and get all the way and hopefully win it this year. But if I was to predict early based on what I've seen from the off season in terms of strengthening teams, what we got going on going into this season, pending that there is no major injuries that really set them back, I find it hard to believe that the LA Dodgers won't go all the distance again.
Yeah. Again, it's scary because, again, you look at these teams, especially a team who hasn't really lost much. Again, minor players have left that team, but a lot of their key pieces and Superb Owl. Damn
you, NFL. Damn you, NFL.
Yeah, but again, it's going to be scary because, like, and then you don't know what other teams are going to do because there's a lot of like really good playoff games this past year. That's the mess. That's the crazy part. Oh my God, he's here.
SDG's here. And he's in that same province as Bassard right now.
No, Bassard's in his province. That's the scary part.
Problem is, STG, Bassard, we got the rain here too this weekend in Saskatchewan. We had some freezing rain yesterday.
We had rain. We had rain Friday night into Saturday here in Edmonton area, and it was just the iciness. I'm going out this morning. I'm going to go do a bunch, after I'm done here. I'm going to go do a bunch of salting on my sidewalk. Try to get look at my sidewalk was like good 6 inches thick of ice at some point.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Christ.
It's been a mess weather-wise here, back and forth with hot and cold and raining and snowing and whatever it wants to do, because hey, that's Mother Nature and she'll do what she wants to do. And SDG, I'll take rain over bad drivers in the snow like Andre Cat. Here comes the digs from STG. Before we take some real digs towards STG, talking about his team going into next Sunday, the NHL is still rolling strong here, but your Canadians kind of hot and cold at times there, Andre, but they picked up a win yesterday. They have picked up a few victories recently. They are currently sitting third in their division, but man, the Lightning are suddenly just on their A game in that division.
Oh, dude, Lightning are a team every year where sometimes they may have a down period, but they're just so dominant, and it just makes me so angry having to deal with goddamn Lightning every single year. Just I hate it so much. Fuck you. But yeah, again, Canes have had a really up and down season, but they've had a lot of really good success here, and I'm really happy about it. And I've only been able to watch select games because fuck you, TSN and Sportsnet, for blacking shit out in my region. I'm not in the same region. Why are you blacking me out? That's why I have you. I have your services so I can watch my goddamn team.
Andre's suffering.
Time, or they're playing, or they're one of the Saturday games. I get blacked out and I'm pissed off.
It's funny because it was playing on some of the sports at the sports bars and stuff like that here locally yesterday. That's why I knew that they were playing
Saturday games, Saturday games, because their feature games on Saturdays, and prime Monday Night Hockey. I get to see them, but it's when they're playing the other days of the week, I get a lot of blackouts. That's my issue, and I like, why? Screw you! But yet the Leafs games are on everywhere. Never get blacked out. Thank you.
Yeah, and they're not having a very good season. The only thing that could be worse is being a Canucks fan, right? STG. Oh, I mean that would almost be as bad as being a Liverpool supporter this season. And the digs keep rolling at STG.
Yeah, no, the Knucklehead, dude, 42 points on this season after 55 games, which is really bad. Like you're below 500 at that point, and you are 8 points behind the team in 7th place in your division. That is terrible. Terrible. No other. The Rangers are shit, but they're 50 behind 58th in their division. But like, still, they're still ahead of your team. Fucking
as he says, it's okay. The Seahawks will have my season with a championship because screw Ed. Okay. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's Superb Owl. The Superb Owl next season or next Sunday. Everybody's excited. Everybody's going to be watching. Well, I'm assuming everybody that's going to be watching.
I'm frustrated. I wanted to cheer against the Seahawks so I could, if they lose, I could put it in SG's face. But I also want to cheer against the Patriots because I never want them to win again. Because I want to shove it in Ed's face. So what the fuck? I'm hating. I'm going to enjoy this football game, but I'm angry about it at the same time. I'm angry because I'm just a fan of football who has to watch the Seahawks versus the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That's where I'm angry. Any other team playing the Seahawks, I'd be happy. Any other team playing the Patriots, I'd be happy. Even the Rams, because no, I don't want the Rams either. God, no, I want the Rams either because I don't like them either. But no, it just I want to hate on the Seahawks as of SGP. I want to hate the Patriots because they're the goddamn Patriots. Yes, I'm going to hate watch this shit. But I'm also going to love it at the same time. I don't know how I'm going to figure this out in my head, but that's what's going to happen. But God, I have to watch the goddamn Patriots play the Seahawks for a Super Bowl, and that's not appealing to me. But it's appealing to me at the same time.
And SDG saying Andre will hate watch because his
know.
team hasn't been a superb owl since 2008.
But again, I wasn't a football fan back then either. I only became a football fan in like the mid 2010s. So, or the early 2010s. I think it was around 2012, 2013 when I started watching football. Yeah, around there.
Yeah. I came in just in time to pick a struggling team this season. So, you know, I'm good for that. I'm good for that. But yeah, going into that game, I'm kind of in the same position. It's like part of me wanted to jokingly be able to make a few digs at STG, but it's because his team's been so goddamn good this season. Let's not kid ourselves. They've been superb. They've been a superb owl all season long. And the Patriots have made quite the comeback. I'm torn about who to cheer for because, you know, Ed's a buddy. You kind of want to see him be happy for his team. STG is a buddy. You want him to be happy for his team. But at the same time, I have to deal with that on I have to deal with that on a daily basis. So watching him get and I've seen him take digs at Manchester United. So I kind of want to watch Ed's heart break into a million pieces a little bit is what I'm getting at. So I think I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I'm rooting Seahawks next Sunday. I'm with you, STG.
As much as I don't want to, I'll be cheering for the Seahawks next Sunday because I just can't deal with a Patriots win. Like, they had decades of success with Belichick, with Brady, and then they're supposed to fail for a while. Yet they lucked into Drake fucking May, and they are back on top. They've put it together. Ed's favorite charity. Oh, do you know what Ed's favorite charity is? It's me. I'm Ed's favorite charity. Just so you're aware, I am Ed's favorite charity, so you can donate money to me.
There we go. Yeah, I'll donate to Ed's favorite charity. There we go. That's the statement right there.
I'm Ed's favorite charity, buddy. Don't worry. You can send all that money to me.
So outside the game itself, the excitement for most people is the tailgating, the food, all that kind of stuff. I want to ask our live audience or anybody watching our replay as well as you, Andre, Super Bowl time. What's your favorite snack? What's the go-to snack and what's the drink of choice?
What did we do last? What did I do last year? I can't remember because we did the live stream last year.
We did, yeah.
Oh, I don't remember what I ate last year, but I think I had pizza. I got Domino's pizza last year, and I'll probably do the same because it's just I like simplicity because unless I'm going to a party, like if I'm going to party with people, I'm going to do full spread nacho. You got to do.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
I might do walking nachos next weekend. It's me and my mom make a thing called walking nachos. It's like make a whole dip and you dip everything in. It's like got meat, sour cream, cream cheese, regular cheese, lettuce, and tomato.
Oh,
and it's like a layer thing, and you dip your Tostitos or whatever chips you have into it, and you just eat it like a dip. Oh, dude, yeah, that might be my snack for the Super Bowl next week is walking nachos.
Yeah, I mean, I would consider making some nachos for it as well too. I'm pretty stoked to be watching that. Wife and I are going to watch the game together. I gained 10 pounds listening to it.
I gain 10 pounds every time I eat it.
Yeah, it's always that extra setback, and then I feel like again because I've been actually trying to do better this year so far that I don't know what I'm gonna do because I'm trying to be a good boy most of the time, but it's Super Bowl, so I'll probably have to have something. I mean, honestly, wings, especially done in my air fryer that aren't breaded, usually are a little bit more of the lean protein and probably the safer bet if I don't want to have to try to run off the excess from
poppers.
Oh yeah, well those are absolutely delicious. I mean, again, I feel like I'm gaining weight just talking about this all day long. It's okay to be bad, a bad boy. I know it is. I know STG. I know it's one of those situations, but I could say the same about any sporting event, right? Like, hey, there's something every weekend that you could say you can be bad about.
Man United's playing. Let's eat chicken wings at 9 a.m.
There you go. Oh, look, they're kicking off at 6. Nacho time. No, I love the idea. Good question though from STG. What about wings? Wet or dry? Favorite flavor? See, I like both sides of this coin, depending on the situation. Like if I'm sitting at home, especially, I got some wet naps there to clean up afterwards. I don't mind having some sticky wings, some honey garlic, or some buffalo wings, or something along those lines. But honestly, it's like the easiest way to go, especially if you're around a lot of people. Maybe you don't have access to getting those hands clean or anything like that. I enjoy a good Montreal spice wing, or a lemon pepper, something along those lines are really good. Actually, my local co-op sells these ones. We either like their smoky sweet style, or else they have a dill pickle wing at co-op as well too. That actually is quite delightful. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I like as hot sauce as I can find for my wet ones, because I love hot sauce. I love that, or like a hot barbecue. Like if you can get like a spicy barbecue sauce, that would be great. I like the barbecue sauce flavor, but if you can get one with some spice in there, yes, please. And then for dry, lemon pepper or salt and pepper. Like just keep it easy, or like a Cajun pepper one. Like you get like you get like some of those ones that are the hot dry rubs. Oh my god, I like hot wings. My wings like spicy and burning my mouth. That's what I want.
Yeah, I like spice as well too, but the problem is every time I see spicy, it's never spicy. Like, and maybe it's just me, because I can handle a lot of spice. Like I keep thinking to myself, could people make me just known enough that I can go, I'll be on one episode of Hot Wings one day, or Hot Ones, that show, because I really just want to take that challenge and show some of those people up. But as
good story to that. There's a local independent wrestling manager named Thaddeus Archer III in my neck of the woods, who used to do his own version of that show. And I remember I was at one of the tapings for it. It was the place that used to exist no longer exists, called Northern Chicken. And he had Ryan Ford on, former MMA champion and boxing champion, Ryan Ford. And I didn't do the challenge, but people in the audience could do the challenge also. I watched one of my buddies, he could not get the hot out of his mouth. He was like just beat, but it was crazy. Ryan Ford, I don't think he couldn't get the last one, and this kid just comes up, takes the last piece off, and just arms it down, and it was perfectly fine on the hot. Or you could tell it was like bothering him, but it wasn't like he couldn't handle it. And this kid was got to be like 12 or 13, maybe. Like, Jesus Christ! I'm like, holy crap, kid! Like, and this is a bunch of years ago, but it was like I just remember seeing that and watching it happen, and it's so good, so good. And they had like two or three specialty sauces you couldn't actually order off the menu. You could only get these hot sauces if you did the challenge, because their hottest, I think they were selling, was the "We're Not Effing Around" level, and then they had like two or three more ones. It was like a 7-piece thing. Yeah, 3 of them that you couldn't actually order off the menu. And the hottest one, the dude literally had to the hottest couple, they have to wear like air filter masks as they're making the sauce, because they can't inhale it. That's how that's too hot for me. I'm sorry, but we're not up with some sauce. Oh my god, that almost killed me.
I need to try it. Now, the only thing that ever got me once is a buddy of mine had bought a hot sauce online, and again, it was the hottest sauce that he could get from any website. And he goes to me, he's like, "You like spice, don't you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I love spice, man, but most things don't bug me, right? Like the average spicy things that are out there, commonly ordered and stuff like that bother other people, they don't even give me a tickle, right?" So he goes to me and goes, "All right, humor me and try this hot sauce." So he pulls out this hot sauce and he takes this tiniest little dab type tool and he puts this little driblet on it. I'm like, "Come on, bro. Like, seriously, this is what you got for me?" And he's like, "Humor me and try it." So, all right. So I put this tiny little dab of this sauce on my tongue. I'm like, "Yeah, all right, man." I'm like, "So where's the heat and stuff?" And he's like, "Just wait." And all of a sudden it was like, it felt like my back of my throat started to close up and I just started beating with sweat. Like, oh my goodness, like that is the spiciest I have ever tried anything in my life. And that is why you went with just a small amount.
No, flat out no to that.
So the Carolina Reaper challenge, I'd try it. I would.
That's, again, I don't want to be in pain. That's the other half. I like hot and I like to be like, ooh, God, but I don't want to be in pain. That's the other half. And I know Carolina Reaper is going to put me in pain. And I don't need to do that to myself. You know what I mean? Like, I like hot, but I don't want like painful levels of hot. That's what the Reaper thing. But I would love to see Bobby do it.
Where's the heat months? And I like, you know what? And that's the thing. It's like, I don't care. Like, bring on the pain. Like, let's go, right? Like, if it burns and it burns, great. Let's do it. I am all about it. I will take the pain. I will take that heat. And one of these days, I think I got to do that. You know, sometime I will take up one of those challenges and I'll film myself doing it if I can get to one of them. But yes, yeah, there we go. Change my name, Bobby. Where's the heat months? And I love it. Absolutely incredible. Where we got. Victoria just got Dave's hot chicken here. Come here, Bobby. You know, I mean, it's not outside the realm of possibility of me making that travel sometime eventually, SDG, especially maybe not this year, but there is, you know, a possibility next year to do with work that I could be heading out to BC. So you never know. I mean, there's always things that my job will lead me to eventually, and I might be making my way around the provinces a little bit more frequently. So we will see with time how that goes down. Anything else that you want to discuss from the world of sports this week, Andre?
Yes, I got NFL coaching stuff I want to talk about.
Fantastic, roll with it.
And then NFL Hall of Fame, because I don't think Ed put the video in, and I get to talk about it because Ed didn't put the video in.
Oh, he did. I will download it as we speak.
Okay, you get the video ready, and I'll preface his little piece after I talk about what I'm in. Cleveland Browns have made some interesting coaching decisions. So they had their interviews for their coaching. I'm going to pull up Todd or some bullshit. I can't remember the fucker's name now. All right. So Cleveland Browns have hired Todd Monken as their head coach, former Ravens offensive coordinator. But they had their own defensive coordinator interviewing for the head coach. He seemed to think he was getting the job, and then they hired Monken, and he got pissy. He has walked out, but he is still contracted to them for a couple more seasons. He can't just leave. So there's a giant kerfuffle in the coaching situation in Cleveland, where they have a new head coach. Their defensive coordinator's pissed off that he didn't get the job and he doesn't want to do it anymore, but he has to because it's his job and he's contracted. He can't just walk away. So I cannot wait to see what the fuck happens with the Cleveland Browns over the next they have a great their defensive coordinator has done great work for that team. They did not have a good season. They sucked this year, but it wasn't due to their defense. Their defense they lost fucking Garrett alone. Moves their defense up, just one player alone. But yeah, they keep screwing up. And then this whole thing, they shouldn't even interviewed the guy and just said, we're bringing somebody else in, or indicate to him that you are one of people in consideration. Because I'm pretty sure the dude thought he had the job, and then Monkey gets hired and he gets all pissy. So that's a whole giant mess of a goddamn situation. And it's going to be interesting for the next couple months to see how it works. I feel like they're going to resolve it. Dude's going to end up just coming back to his job. I don't think he's going to end up leaving. I don't think they're going to release him because, again, if I'm the Browns, I don't let him go. Because again, yes, you hear about these offensive and again, these coaches get permissions from their team to go interview with other teams, and their team either gives them permission or they don't. And if they don't, they're stuck as a coordinator. You know what I mean? Like it's just what it is. It's their job, right? Until their contract's up. But most teams are cool with it because, again, they can go find another coordinator. Like unless they really are set on something, they don't let them. They'll let them go. But yeah.
And SDG, you want to talk about something weird? Minnesota firing their GM after the Senior Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be. Their GM should be fired. I'm sorry. You let a player that took it was a 12-3 record or 12-5 record last year, one of the Vikings' best records in years, and then saying, it's not him, and kicks him down to the curb, and then he goes and does a 14-3 record with the Seahawks. He's had 2 back-to-back seasons of incredible greatness, and he is with the Seahawks for a while now. Stupid, just stupid. But yeah, and then the Bills have hired their head coach. It's their former offensive coordinator, Joe Brady. So nothing's going to change on this team because it's just a dude that was running the offensive plays for Josh Allen. So nothing is going to change on this team. Nothing is going to change for the Bills. That means the Bills are going to fail again. They're going to fail again. Simple as that.
All right. Are we ready for a little editorial rant?
Can I preface this video? Bill Belichick should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think anybody will. Yes, he's done some bad things, but he is a first ballot Hall of Fame coach, and he is no longer a first ballot Hall of Fame coach. And Ed's going to explain to you why.
All right. Well, here we go. Here's Ed's rant on Belichick.
Hello, everyone. And while I can't be there this afternoon to talk about this, I could not let this go without talking about it. Bill Belichick did not receive the 40 of 50 votes to get himself into the Hall of Fame on his first ballot. I say that again. Bill Belichick, Super Bowl coach of the New England Patriots, did not receive 40 of 50 votes to get into the Hall of Fame on his first ballot. This is absolutely asinine and ridiculous. On top of the fact that I'm a New England kid and I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, the outrage from people in the sport, Patrick Mahomes, J.J. Watt, Troy Aikman, Jimmy Johnson, Ryan Clark. Like, these are not names of people that just generally just throw out ideas with the exception of Ryan Clark. Most of these people are smart, intelligent individuals who make statements based on fact. When you have somebody like Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame quarterback, saying this is a disappointing day for the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. When you have a Hall of Fame coach like Jimmy Johnson saying, I would like to know the names of the assholes who did not vote for him. They are too cowardly to identify themselves. This is a problem. Again, we should go back into the fact of what Bill Belichick has done. Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches to ever live. Yes, he ran the Patriots dynasty in the 2000s. Yes, everybody hates us because of that. Yes, he had the greatest quarterback to go with one of the greatest coaches of all time. Yes, that doesn't discount any of his stats, including the fact that he has more Super Bowls than any other head coach, more Super Bowl appearances than any other coach. He has more playoff wins than any other coach. And on top of just playoff wins, he is third all-time in wins, period, as a head coach. He is one of the greatest coaches to ever coach. If he isn't a first ballot Hall of Famer, what the fuck is a first ballot Hall of Famer? This is absolutely ridiculous. And you ask, well, then why did 10 people plus not vote for him? Well, that's very simple. A petty man named Bill Polian, who helped run the fucking Indianapolis Colts for years while Bill Belichick was whooping his ass year in and year out alongside Peyton Manning, decided that Bill Belichick didn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame because of Deflategate and Spygate, and felt like he needed to, quote unquote, wait a year. This is according to rumors from ESPN. Again, this is being recorded day in of the news that Bill Belichick was not into the Hall of Fame in the first year. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. This is insanity. I cannot believe that this is even a possibility, let alone something that's happened. It's just absolute insanity. I can't believe it. You undoubtedly will hear this more from me in the weeks to come. Thank you all. Enjoy the rest of POV.
Maybe we need an editorial every weekend for going forward here, just in case you can't be here live.
The editorial.
Yeah, it's the editorial every weekend. So.
Yeah, complete bullshit. Like I get it. Deflategate happened, Spygate happened. I get that. I understand that it should happen. But the dude had a 20 or 20, almost 30 plus year, like had this incredible, like 30-year career, 30 plus year career, like 30 years with just the Patriots. I'm saying almost 30 years just with the Patriots. And did so much with that team. Like, yes, Tom Brady was a big part of that. Don't get me wrong. But without the proper coaching schemes, without the proper things you put into place that Bill Belichick put into place for Tom Brady, the team doesn't do what it does. If he doesn't put the right people in the right spot on that team, things don't happen the way they do. Bill Belichick put together one of the greatest teams for 20 plus years. And he should have been 100% voted coach for the Hall of Fame. Simple as that. But petty bullshit. And yes, shit happens. But he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's not now. And that is just so stupid. So stupid. Yeah. Again. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. The Hall of Fames are just, and again, it's you got to look at it. It's like you need to change up who's on the voting roster now. Like again, this is a perfect example. It's like this is stupid. This needs to change. Who's voting for these positions now needs to change. Simple as that.
Clearly, change is required, and I'm sure we can go even more in depth next weekend. Hopefully, Ed will be able to join us next weekend or give us another editorial. But either way, we're kind of getting towards the top of the hour. I think we'll let people get on with their days. Maybe they can watch some sports. Maybe they prep their Sunday plans for next Sunday. So for the Superb Owl, where we're not going to do the live watch along. We are going to go with a regular episode of Point of View here next Sunday. We will do our version of a tailgate party ahead of the Superb Owl, and
I'll have a beer. I'll have a beer here. Don't worry, I'll have a beer here.
There we go.
9 a.m. my time in the morning. I'll have a beer.
10 a.m. my time. I believe we should. Yeah, we'll have a beers and cheers to the Superb Owl next Sunday here on Point of View. But in the meantime and in between time, Andre, your ticker's up on the screen. Why don't you let people know what you got coming up and where they can find you?
At that Cannon on X and Blue Sky, at that Cannon Dude on Instagram and Threads. You can find me over at MacBreaker Video where I do my show, The Pop Spot. There will not be another episode of The Pop Spot normal, probably till after the 20. We have show. Next shows we are attending here in the Edmonton area will be on the 20th and 21st of February. So there will not be episodes of a Pop Spot till then, but you can find all the other great stuff on MacBreaker Video. But we may have an episode. I'm hoping for next week. We'll be dropping a new episode of Pop Spot Presents featuring our guest on the episode 2 will be local independent wrestling wrestler, and you know this gentleman quite well, Mr. T.Y. Jackson. You
love that dude. Love that dude.
So he will be our guest for the second episode of Pop Stars Presents. Hopefully, we're going to get that recorded this week or early next week to get it out for you guys next week because we want to talk about professional wrestling with somebody else who loves professional wrestling, who is a professional wrestler. So that will be out the next couple of weeks. So check that out over on Backbreaker Video. And I'll be back here I'll be back here this afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern. Myself, Old Ed, and Peggy will be here for Marvel Talk as we chat the whole season of Wonder Man, which just dropped this past Tuesday. Yeah, this past Tuesday on
I've seen 2 episodes.
I watched it all in one night. I marathon. Again, this was not the longest series. It was 8 episodes, ranging from 24 to 36 minutes. So I was able to watch this whole series in one night. I literally started this at like 8:30. It was done by just after midnight with little breaks here and there. It was really, really good. But yeah, I don't know about Alessino belongs to the point of view guys. I don't know Alessino. That's the thing. I really don't know the guy. I'm talking to wrestlers I know, just so you're aware. But yeah, I'll let point of view
I know
him. I'll let point of view. I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to get yelled at for an entire episode. That's the thing. Because being friends with Bobby, I don't want to get yelled at for being friends with Bobby.
Well, that's exactly what would happen. He just shred you apart like he tries to do to me every single time. But I got backup. If anybody watched this Thursday night, I was interviewing Jay Rilla from New Zealand, the great ape, on Ring Respect Radio. And we said, what if he came to Canada? And he's talked about doing it before. And we said, what would we do if he came into Saskatoon? And I got the great ape, the big man himself, saying that he would help me get revenge on Assassino. So Assassino better watch himself, because Bobby's got friends that are building up and coming for you, bro. So you better watch your back in the end. But yes, you can catch Ring Respect Radio every Thursday right here on the channel. Myself, Bob Spokes, bringing you indie wrestling interviews, indie wrestling conversation, and also a trip through the territories. This coming Thursday night, you can expect us to go over to Prince Edward Island for Island Pro Wrestling, a different IPW, and we're going to be reviewing their Snow Mercy event this Thursday night on the channel. You can also catch me back here talking about the Superbowl with Andre and hopefully Ed or an editorial next Sunday on Point of View, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And if you want to know more about how terrible El Assassino is and how great Prairie Pro Wrestling and the rest of the roster are, you can catch myself and Papa Smokes as part of your commentary team every single Saturday afternoon on the Prairie Pro Wrestling YouTube channel. And hey, we've got a lot of great stuff here on OLE. Andre's talking about Marvel Talk coming up tonight. We got things like Taking Over on a Tuesday night. The Mother Talking Post shows back on the channel this Friday. Mel Ball's been dropping Noah Unleashed like it's going out of style, and those are kicking ass as well, too. We want you to check all this content out right here on OLE Podcast. And if we've brought you any form of entertainment and you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button down below. Give us a thumbs up, ring that notification bell. And if you're watching on repeat, hey, what were your thoughts on the show? What were your favorite moments? And hey, I'm asking you this question. What was your go-to Superb Al food? Let us know in that comment section. We will see you next Sunday right here on Point of View. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, everybody.